Hi, hello, welcome to my channel Excel Max and Board. Today we are going to see polynomials of standard 10 CBSE. Okay, we all know that a standard equation of a standard format of a quadratic equation is given by ax square plus bx plus c, right? Since it is good. Now we are going to see only quadratic equations here. Okay, so this is the standard format. X square order coefficient is named as A, y x order coefficient is named as B, and constant term is named as C. This B you should say along with the sign. Okay, for a quadratic polynomial or a quadratic equation, we know that the number of zeros is 2. Generally, it is named as alpha and beta. It is not always alpha and beta. It is named generally as alpha and beta. It can be even A and B, or it can be even P and Q. So, okay, given an equation, okay, this the quadratic equation is given to you. How to find the sum of zeros? How to find the sum of zeros? It is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x squared. Product of zeros. Product of zeros is constant term by coefficient of x square. This is how it goes. See here I am just finding what is sum of zeros and product of zeros. I am not finding separately what is alpha and what is beta. Okay, using this I can find what is alpha plus beta and what is alpha beta. So using this formula, I can find only alpha plus beta and alpha beta. I am not finding alpha separately, beta separately. So using this, let us proceed with some sums to understand the concept. Now look at this question. If alpha and beta are the zeros of this polynomial, find the value of alpha by beta plus beta by alpha. Let us proceed. So he is not asking you to find what is alpha separately, what is beta separately. Please understand the question. He is asking you what is the value of this. So given the equation, I know the sum of zeros. Sum of zeros is alpha plus beta, which is minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x squared. Also, I know what is product of zeros. Product of zeros is alpha into beta, which is the constant term. The constant term here in the question is minus 2 divided by coefficient of x square. So, I know what is sum of zeros and product of zeros. I don't know what is alpha, what is beta separately. Please understand. Now, value of. I have to find the value of. What I have to find? Alpha by beta plus beta by alpha. So I know only these two informations. So using these two information, I have to find the value of this. So let me take LCM alpha beta. Since I don't know what is alpha separately, what is beta separately. Alpha beta. So it becomes alpha square plus beta square. Right? Again, understand, I know what is alpha plus beta, I know what is alpha beta. So I have to express everything in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta only. So how to express alpha square plus beta square in terms of alpha plus beta and alpha beta? It is nothing but alpha plus beta the whole square minus 2 alpha beta. You can memorize this as an identity or a formula divided by alpha beta, which is the denominator. Now just substitute the respective values. So this is equal to alpha plus beta I have written as minus 1 by 6 the whole square minus 2. Alpha beta is minus 2 by 6. You can reduce it as 1 by 3 divided by minus alpha beta. Denominator is alpha beta 2 by 6. So it goes as 1 by 36 plus 4 by 6 divided by minus 2 by 6. So taking LCM here, 36 is the LCM. So it becomes 1 plus 6 into 6 is 36. So 4 6 are 24 divided by minus 2 by 6, which is 25 by 36 divided by minus 2 by 6. Division next time becomes reciprocal multiplication, right? So 25 by 36 into 6 by negative to be there on the denominator only. So it goes 6 times. So it is negative 25 by 12. So I didn't find what is alpha, what is beta separately. I have made use of what is alpha plus beta and what is alpha beta because this is the only information known, and he didn't ask me to find what is alpha and what is beta separately. So I have made use of this and found the answer. Let us proceed to one more question. If alpha and beta are the zeros of this equation, find the value of this. So let us try to solve. So we know sum of zeros. Sum of zeros here, alpha and beta are the zeros. So it is alpha plus beta equal to negative minus b by a, which is equal to 5 by 4. Product of zeros is alpha beta, which is c by a, which is negative 1 by 4. So I have found what is sum of zeros and product of zeros. Again I repeat, I didn't find what is alpha, what is beta separately. Now let us try to find the value of this. Now alpha square beta plus alpha beta square. Since I know only alpha plus beta and alpha beta, I should express this in terms of only these two terms. So I am taking alpha beta commonly out. Alpha square beta alpha beta goes out. So it is alpha plus alpha beta square alpha beta goes. So it is beta. So it is alpha beta and alpha beta. Alpha plus beta. For both I know the value. Just substitute minus 1 by 4 into 5 by 4, which is negative 5 by 16. Let us move on to the next sum. If one zero of the polynomial is 7 times the other, find the value of k. Okay. Here again he didn't ask me what is alpha, what is beta. He is asking me what is the value of k. Okay. So first let us fix the zeros. Let alpha comma beta be the zeros. But it is given 1 0 is 7 times the other. So I can write beta is equal to 7 times alpha. Right? So the zeros are alpha comma 7 alpha. Now let us go with sum of zeros. Sum of zeros is alpha plus 7 alpha. Alpha plus beta. So it is alpha plus 7 alpha is negative b by a, which is 8 by 3. That is alpha. 1 alpha plus 7 alpha is 8 alpha is 8 by 3. So I can get alpha is equal to 1 by 3. I have found what is alpha. Now we'll move on to product of zeros. Product of zeros is alpha into 7 alpha, which is c by a. What is c? C is the constant term. So it is 2k plus 1. 2k plus 1 by a is 3. Alpha into 7 alpha is 7 alpha squared is 2k plus 1 by 3. But I know what is alpha, right? So 7 into alpha square is 1 by 9 is 2k plus 1 by 3. So this 3 goes here. So it becomes 7 by 3 equal to 2k plus 1. Or 7 by 3 minus 1 is 2k. Minus 1 is written as minus 1 by 1. Take LCM and write. So 4 by 3 equals 2k, which gives k is equal to 2 by 3. So find the value of k. So he didn't ask me what is alpha, what is beta, but after finding alpha only I could find what is the value of k. Now let us move on to the next question. If one zero of the polynomial is given is reciprocal of the other. Find the value of A. Here again, he didn't ask you what are the zeros, he's asking what is the value of A. So, what are the zeros here? Zeros are alpha and the other one is reciprocal. So, I can write instead of beta, I can write it as 1 by alpha, right? So, now let me move on to sum of zeros. What is sum of zeros? Alpha plus 1 by alpha. That is nothing but minus coefficient of x by coefficient of x square. This is sum of zeros. Now we'll move on to product of zeros. Here I am not, in this I am not able to find a square because this side also I don't know what is alpha. This side also I don't know what is a. I cannot find two values of two variables in a single equation. So I am proceeding to product of zeros. Product of zeros is alpha into 1 by alpha is C by A. What is C? C is 6A by A square plus 9. So alpha and alpha gets cancelled. So I am held up with 1 is equal to 6A by A square plus 9. Or I can write A square plus 9 equals 6A, which gives A square minus 6A plus 9 equals 0. On solving this quadratic equation using splitting the middle terms or making use of identity or using formula, I get A is equal to 3. Is that clear? We'll move on to the next sum. Question number 5. 1 zero of the polynomial exceeds the other by 2. Find the value, find the zeros, find the values. So I have to find what are the zeros also he has asked me. Then you have to find what is the value of k also. So let us try to solve 1 0. So let the zeros are, what are the zeros? Alpha. The other one exceeds the other by 2. So I can take it as alpha plus 2. Right? Right. Now let us find what is sum of zeros. Sum of zeros is alpha plus 2 equal to minus b by a, which is 8. So I can write 2 alpha plus 2 equals 8. So 2 alpha equals 6, alpha equals 3. Now we'll move on to, so I have found what is alpha. Since he has asked me find the zeros, therefore the zeros are alpha, comma, alpha plus 2. So 3, comma 5. Now let us proceed with product of zeros. Product of zeros is alpha into alpha plus 2, which is equal to C by A, that is K by 1. K by 1, that is alpha I know it is 3. Alpha plus 2 is 5 is equal to K. So K value is 15. So I have found what are the zeros here. But again I didn't use splitting the middle terms or anything like that. I have just made use of what is sum of zeros and product of zeros. And then I have found what is alpha and what is alpha plus 2, made use of that to find the value of k. Hope this video will help you to understand or find the values of alpha square plus beta square or alpha cube plus beta cube, whatever it is. Thanks for watching. Please, if you like, please subscribe this channel. Bye.